make you cry, watch you chill for you, just to show I'm here for you. Shit. Man, don't never let nobody tell you what you can or can't do, man. You can think and you can do it, you know what I'm talking about? No bullshit. Just look at me. I believe I can fly like hell. Let my teacher tell that I be like inside the jail. Let them people tell that Sandra died inside the cell. Deny the nigga bail. Who gon' help when the help needs some help? I spit it from the soul, with a story ever told. Lift them niggas spin when they
Peace to the night.
I spit it from the soul, greatest story ever told.
Hope this evening find y'all well.
When they hit up the road. My homie went to school for the food. I went with the J's, came out to show my new show. Blood with the blues, those I playing by the rules. Drake got
Peace to the nation. I hope this evening finds you all well. I'm heading to my assignment, man. I just tapping in for a few minutes before I arrive at my destination. Yeah, man. I was just thinking, one should think at least 3 times a day, deeply preferentially. Put some thought into what you thinking about, And I watched this interview. It was the Danza Project interview with Charleston White, the new. And the discussion came back on where Charleston made the comment that black people, today's black people, need to go back into slavery. Now, no matter how many times you hear it, it is a pretty alarming statement to make. Because you think, I guess, you instantaneously you think about Roots, even though Roots was fiction. And man, I still remember when I was a little boy. I remember that scene where Kissy was bringing the woman some water and she spat in the water. Man, I also remember that scene where Toby tried to run away, where James Evans tried to run away and they caught him. Well, Toby always kept trying to run away. They caught him and they cut his foot off. Yeah, they caught him and they cut his foot off. But black people back into slavery. Now, his premise for saying this, he said, the reason I say this because the black people that emerged post the Emancipation Proclamation, i.e. the ending, well, I guess the United States official ending of chattel slavery by the black folks, or not by the black folks, to the black folks. There emerged, there were people that were once enslaved, that were skilled with their hands, they could grow things, it was just traditional, it was generational at this point. I mean, even though that even before, come on, man, y'all got to do what y'all got to do. Whew, man, this little gap right here always throws me a little bit, because it goes from 2 lanes to one real suddenly. But that slavery, post-slavery, produced a better group of people. Now, the evidence behind that is sound, because you think about it, that there were the black Republicans, the first, because since Lincoln was a Republican, the black Americans, logically veered toward the Republican Party. Then they had those cities and enclaves that were built by black people. You know, we always talk about Black Wall Street, and of course, there are many other um, historically black led towns that were economically prosperous. But you know, there's this thing called Jim Crow, and and everybody know that little history. But the point being, going back to the point, black people today should go back into slavery. Uh, you think about it. They pulled up the murder rate. That's kind of what I wanted to go in. They said Charles said something like the 50% of homicides committed are done by black men, are done by black people. I think when they pulled up the information, because the guy he pulled up, the co-host of the Dancer Project, he pulled up statistics that said 30%. Now that's 30% of the population as a whole, and you consider a population as a whole, and when you consider the fact that we're only 13% of the entire population, 30% is still a glaring number. Now with the 50%, where the 50% comes into play, I think would more so deal with our population specifically and solely. Now when we talk about those who are violently murdered and killed by underneath the course of their day-to-day activities, it ain't so much officer friendly. It's going to be whomever is in the proximity of the black man, the black person, another black person. So black people harm each other at alarming rates. And we have a culture, seemingly. We play music to this. We have movies for this. We have styles of dress and, words and slogans and things to produce this culture that we have of black on black violence. What about black on black crime? What about it? You know, it's all right to get offended. I guess, we can't be suspicious and offended, but really, the truth is the truth. If someone of another race asks us, what about black on black crime? What about if another black person asks it? How can you dismiss another black person asking you, what about black on black crime? That's a black person that surely and assuredly they're more eligible to be a victim of black on black crime than someone of another race. I mean, just logically, deductively. Busy baby. Which was the first one. I saw the second one was just, blah, blah, blah. Top of the evening. But, and you think about, okay, that's one aspect, but it's like, well, maybe we can correct it. I don't know. I mean, you would think reasonably someone who's concerned about the survival and the well-being of their people, they would want to do that. But we're not doing that. We're not necessarily. And there's other dysfunctional things, because like his argument was the post the Emancipation Proclamation, the ending, the official. All right. I don't know why I don't do that every time I get a lot. The Wi-Fi in there. Be picking it up. But I lost my train of thought there. Yeah. What's up? What's up 912? But you also think about the fact that right about now, it's like, I'm at I call this my plantation, because I mean, I got to come here. I mean, I don't got to come here. If I was a free man, I'd have a choice. But due to the fact, I'm a wage slave, then they say indentured servant, but indentured servant still is not a free person. It doesn't make any sense. Don't nobody want to go back into slavery. But then again, when it comes to the point where the survival of your people between, the genocide, the self-inflicted genocide that, some of us participate in and glorify and pass around. And, you also have like this last election, it was an election about, women's rights, and women's rights was evidently just equivocated to birth control and abortion. So, I mean, and Kamala Harris, this is not what this is about. This is about black folks, and versus the current course in which you're going down, because that is I see extinction when niggas say it's almost over, because don't nobody want nothing. You talk about reparations don't got to go all the way back to slavery. If there is you say, well, the government is responsible for crack cocaine in the ghetto, then how come there can't be any type of restitution plan for a reparation plan for those who were a victim of the crack era? I don't know. But then it's like you think about this also. Even in a situation, circumstance where all the black people that were descended of those who were considered the least of these, and still to this day we are descendants of the least of these, and still we carry that legacy to this day. Even if we were presented with, all the resources we had, all the resources we need to begin to build our nation, and I guess clearly because the white man all oversees everything, a nation within a nation. Where will we start? And how will we be able to get like minds and like hearts in order to work together in a cooperative and constructive manner? But that right there, I mean, it's like, my goodness, you really can't, because even without, either way, even if, I guess it would kind of be the good master assuming a responsibility he may not necessarily want to take all these niggas back into slavery. He may be just satisfied, well, let them wipe their own black asses out. Then, we just replace them with an immigrant or something. That's what the Democratic Party, I'm getting back on the politics again, but some people that they appear to be making way for, for the replacements of the African American, the black, the colored, and the people of colors, Negro, the nigger, and the nigger folk. I don't know what to say about it. Being homosexual, promoting it wasn't clear in stating. Huh? Oh man, my goodness. Man, yeah, so there's a preponderance of, because what I think what they, when they do that, they want you to say something that is off kilter toward that community so they can somehow hit your channel. So one of them robots got me in my comment section where they hit me to where I said something in response to something offensive, and I'm the bully because I responded to disrespect to me in my page. Fuck him. I won't be doing it, but fuck him. I won't be, but fucking him. Enjoy your freedom of speech unless you get too out of control, and of course, you will be asked to you'll be removed from the conversation. Thirsty motherfucker. First of all, how you look at a hash, if you and all the preponderance of those who practice in your lifestyle and who the way in which you are, you find you had to look on the internet to find a heterosexual male that's talking about his people, building up his people, his kind, and this is where you come with it. The internet is absolutely delightful, I tell you. It always has been. Busy baby and 912. I appreciate y'all because this only one viewer. Oh man, that should be funny. But YouTube would give me about an hour. YouTube puts an hour on my 4,000 hour count every 2 to 3 days. They made this shit. They gonna make sure they make this hard for Mr. Nigga. Mr. Nigga, we know we know who you've been affiliated and associated with. You're not fooling us. 2 palms up. Let me go in here and face the music, baby. It's been relatively smooth the past couple of days, but we'll see how this continues to play out. I'm about to go in there with the nigga hound. Can't do that. You know, that's not that's I can't wear the West Virginia nigga shirt. I can't wear the Nigga Nation shirt. I can't wear the the Nigga Nation Boxing Association. uh, got to. I got to do. I got, respect. Respect is earned, not given. You know, it's a subtle reminder to those who may not understand. So, with that being said, Nigga Nation or nothing. You know, what would you do if you had all the resources and anything? You know, just if you buy your army, hospital, schools, whatever, farmland, manufacturers, you had all the resources. Where would you start in the building of your nation, Black person? Peace and love. I'll holler at y'all next go around.